And Halloween is a spooky but fun time, and it's also a time for parents to keep safety at the top of mind. With smart devices and AI, there's lots of easier ways to do this. Adrian Quintanilla from AT&T is joining me live in studio with some high-tech ways that we can keep kids safe. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Haley. It's great to be on the program.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. So first of all, let's talk about what are some of the types of dangers that it comes to when kids are out trick-or-treating, and what some of the things that we might be concerned about this week.
Well, you know, we all know that Halloween can bring some tricks. It can bring some treats as well. We all love to watch our children dress up in their favorite character costumes.
So fun,
Oh yeah, for sure. But it can also bring a little bit of stress too as parents, right? We're sending them out Halloween night, knocking on doors, trick-or-treating.
Yes.
And so while that can be a little stressful, we think we have some tips here to bring a little bit more of a stress-free opportunity. So the first thing I want to do is talk about how we utilize AI. So isn't it amazing that the AI haunted helpers here, as I'm calling this, we think about AI, over 85% of us are using AI services, and we may not even know that today. And
so many people think of AI as being like the chat bot, you know, like the things that are like we're feeding information into, but these types of new technologies are also considered
That's exactly
AI.
right. So the first thing we like to encourage parents to do is utilize some of those real-time location-based services. And so, for example, if your children are going out there, you can set up as a parent some of the safety zones, some of the geo areas where you want your children to go to. You can be alerted when they're in or out of those geo zones. Conversely, if your child happens to get lost or step outside of that safety zone, they need to reach you, they can just simply utilize that AI virtual assistant and call Siri or call Alexa or Google or whatever the operating system is and reach out to a friend or trusted loved one. So these are really good utilizing some of these services.
So let's talk about what you've brought, because I think we're all familiar with the AirTags. We all put these in our luggage or on our keys and things like that. So you can actually put these on one of your children, and then you would be able to track them, but this is not a type of device where they could contact you.
That's right. Well, what I love about these is these are several different options that you can use for your children. I like wearables. I like wearables for children because they're not perhaps as bulky as a smartphone. So when we talk about a smartwatch, these are great. And for the little ones, they have this, I love this one. This is the Amigo Junior smartwatch, and this is great for children because it looks just like a smartwatch. It is a smartwatch, and what it is, got interchangeable bands, but parents actually control all the features on this one. So you can set up to 30 different contacts for your child. It alerts you when your child, you can set up actually the safety zone. It alerts you when the child is in or out of that safety zone. It's a great smartwatch for that. But perhaps you have older children and they don't want to necessarily wear a smartwatch. They want something a little bit more discreet.
Because this is something that you're saying, it doesn't connect to the internet, which is why it's good, friendly for little kids. But then for the older kids, they might want something.
Well, it actually can stay connected, but you're controlling the features of it as the parent, which is what makes it a really great option for children. But you've got smart rings as well, right? You're going to be wearing that fancy costume. If you don't want a smartwatch, you can wear smart rings. Smart rings are perfect because they also have real-time tracking, but also some great health benefits as well when you want to use it outside of Halloween. And so that's also fun. Also think about some of the home technology that you have as well. So when you think about home technology, you got doorbell cameras to be able to see who those trick-or-treaters are before you open the door. And this is important because let's say you have a child who's at home, not out trick-or-treating, but you want to see who that werewolf is on the other side of that door. Take a little bit of caution before opening the door. Those doorbell cameras are great for that. You've got home hubs that help you control a lot of the devices in your home. If you're hosting the holiday or the Halloween party at your home, you can use those home hubs to pump through some of the spooky music in your home. It's great. You mentioned AirTags. AirTags are great to also track your children. So if you want to put them in that witch's hat or in the costume or perhaps in the plastic jack-o'-lantern that they're using to collect candy, just some great ways to keep on top of the location of your children. And you know, another thing I'd like to mention too, Haley, is look, we never want to anticipate an emergency, but if ever there is one, some of the things that you always want to rely on is the peace of mind of 911 that's out there. We have 911 location-based routing, so if ever you have to call 911, you can do so. They can dispatcher can pinpoint you within 50 yards from where you are. And so good safety tips as you're going out trick-or-treating. Of course, we never want to have an emergency, but should one happen, that peace of mind. And of course, the trackers help you stay on top of where your children are located.
Yeah, I mean, I see you have a phone here too. Are there ways that parents can control what kids are looking at on their phones?
Absolutely. So you've got parental features that you can go in, you can select. We've got a variety of programming features that parents can use to carefully monitor those things, and so that's important to do.
Yeah.
But when
I know phones is where it gets to be pretty tricky because they have a lot more access to a lot more people and things.
They do, and so you can set parameters around, certain websites they can go to, websites they shouldn't go to. You can set timelines or time frames that they can access the internet, etc. I know I've got 4 children. I certainly take advantage of some of these parental controls on their smartphones. That's important. So the technology is important. And one thing I'd like to add too is before you start to go out onto that trick-or-treating fun evening, make sure you're charging those devices.
Oh yeah.
I like to encourage parents.
Because they won't, so you need to.
You have to, and at least an hour before you head out, so that way you've got a full supply of charge before you head out there. Make sure you pre-program those emergency contacts for the children when they go out.
Yeah.
I also like to remind parents too that these smartphones have a flashlight on there. And so if it gets dark out into the neighborhood, or maybe they're on uneven surfaces, you can use those flashlights to help you kind of navigate, etc. Those are great. And just have fun and be safe out there. Speaking of being safe, don't look down at your device when you're walking in those dark streets. The National Transportation Safety Administration says this is one of the most dangerous days of the year, so make sure you're vigilant. Stay alert.
And I just talked to a pediatrician last week who was saying that it's so oftentimes parents are taking pictures on their phone and not paying attention to their surroundings too. Quickly before I let you go, what are tech tombstones?
Tech tombstones is a fun category that we call all the devices that family can use to stay safe in Halloween. So it's Halloween, Haley, go with me.
It's just a fun little nickname I see.
That's right.
I was like, I gotta ask about that one. All right, Adrian Quintanilla, thank you so much for joining us. This is really good information, especially for a newer mom like me trying to figure out what is out there and how I can keep my sons safe. Thank you so much.
That's right. It's great to be here.